three things. 1, 2, 3. There are gonna be three things you are going to find out. You are going to discover at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Leo. Listen to me very carefully. There are three things which you are going to find out, which you are going to discover at the beginning of this week. These three things are gonna inspire you so much to the point that you're gonna be left with absolutely no option but to start making space in your life for this. And this, my gorgeous Leonie, it's going to lead towards such a beautiful new adventure you did not plan, you did not think about whatsoever, but intuitively, believe me or not, you have been guided to this point in your life. You have been through a lot of things within the last 3 years, precisely. Within the last 3 years, you've been through a lot. But especially when it comes to the last year, within the last year, you felt extremely frustrated with a certain aspect of your life. It's to do with your lifestyle, the way you live, how you live, and the whole picture, you know? You knew exactly what you became so frustrated about within the last year, and that in itself you did kind of create some kind of a plan, you know, some kind of a plan where you're gonna get. But then again, at the same time, things have kind of prolonged quite a lot. So this in itself is gonna be remarkable, because at the same time you are gonna reconnect with yourself as well. So not only that you're gonna discover three major things, but you're also at the same time not gonna be able to stop thinking about this whatsoever. And this is gonna lead towards you starting this beautiful, completely unexpected adventure in your life. You need to understand that these three things are all pretty much gonna be connected to one big moment where you are gonna realize that you are gonna move on with your life. When it comes to this, you're gonna start moving on, and this in itself is gonna be something which is indeed gonna keep you going at a time when you become aware of the fact that something is gonna take slightly longer than you initially thought, because there is gonna be this specific person who you're gonna talk about this specific person is really clued up when it comes to these three things. Somebody who really knows their things, somebody who's really smart. This person is very intelligent, but it's also really spiritual at the same time. You will be talking to that person, and that person is gonna tell you additional things about it, and you will find out something which you're not gonna necessarily like in terms of how long it's something going to take. But then again, because you're gonna talk to the right person, you are gonna be able to go over that particular barrier, which is only gonna last like a few seconds or so, like literally. But it's just like basically the power, you know, it's coming from the power. When we talk to the right person, and especially when we know that particular person really knows what they are talking about, this is really gonna, you will be told something which is going to help you to put your mind to rest. I can say it like this, for example. But on another note, you will clearly understand that now it's time to prepare yourself. Now it's time to plan, and now it's time to prepare yourself. You need to understand that this in itself is really going to make you feel so much happier. And just while you are like kind of thinking about this, you are going to feel this energy and vibration within yourself that you haven't felt in a very, very long time. And this in itself is going to be speaking for itself, to be quite honest with you. But on another note, you know how optimistic you're going to feel. Oh my God. In your mind, you are going to have this specific point that you are going to be thinking about, that you will know that you need to work towards. And that specific point, which you are are going to have on your mind, my gorgeous Leonie, I have to say to you that there are going to be elements when you're going to think, no, this is not going to maybe work out, or I don't know if this is going to come true, or I'm not too sure if I'm going to waste my time and energy. No, baby, no. You need to snap out of it, because this is where this is going to lead towards. Listen, this is where this is going to lead towards. And in fact, to be quite honest with you, when it comes to November 2024, you are going to have a reason to absolutely celebrate. When it comes to November 2024, you're going to have a big reason to celebrate, because your life is going to be completely different to what it is now. And it's most certainly going to be exactly how you imagined it right now. So my God, to make all this even more like mind-blowing, to make all this even more mind-blowing, you've got nothing, I mean nothing to worry about. It's not about discovery. It's not about these three things. It's not about the beginning of this amazing adventure in your life, but it's about the beginning of this manifestation, which is already taking place, which has already taken place. Do you understand what I mean? You've got nothing to worry about, because the manifestation has already taken place. All you have to do is just go with this absolutely mind-blowing flow, and you're not going to go wrong whatsoever. My gorgeous Leonie, you've been unhappy for a while, and I'm not saying you're miserable. Please don't get me wrong. You're not one of those, for sure. But I'm just saying that this life is too short to do things that makes us feel unhappy. But you really need to see where this is coming from, because it's a lot to do with your immediate environment, and I've seen this before. And when I say immediate environment, it's a lot to do with the fact that you're due for a whole lifestyle change. And this is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, because this lifestyle change is going to bring you back exactly where you should be, where you belong. You're reconnecting with yourself, but you're also making such a specific journey here, where on one hand, you're going to return to the specific aspect of your life you used to live. But on another hand, it is not going to be you. It is going to be the completely different person, because the experience and everything you've gathered so far, it's going to help you to understand and see things in a completely different light, through the completely different eyes. And this is all what this life is about, my gorgeous Leonie. Indeed, this in itself, seriously, I'm not being funny, it's not even the beginning of one of the most powerful manifestations. It means that this is going to happen. It means that all this is like happening right now as we speak. So on another note, this in itself, it's like, oh my God, you are about to set yourself free. You're about to liberate yourself. You're about to become a free spirit again. I mean, oh my God, just see the way you're actually going to change. Like, just as of the beginning of this week, you will change. You will have so much more energy. You know, you will feel so much better. You are going to have that spark back again. You didn't have this spark in centuries. No, I'm joking. You're going to have this spark back again, my gorgeous Leonie. And you're going to feel so much more re-energized, you know. And I like this, because that energy is so important when it comes to us keeping going at the time when we maybe feel a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit uncertain. That particular energy is something that makes you really sharp, and it helps you to elevate yourself. So at the time when you're uncertain, you still do things, and that's exactly what you should do, because you are being guided by your subconscious mind, by your spirit, and you cannot go wrong whatsoever. You know, when you follow that what gives you spark in life like this, you literally need to understand that this is the beginning of probably one of the biggest transformation of your life. This is absolutely brilliant indeed. And also, you know, my gorgeous Leonie, what else I was going to say here? It's like, okay, you are really kind of, the only problem that I'm seeing here right now is because there is going to be a bit of a disagreement with somebody. There is a bit of a disagreement you are going to have with somebody. And this particular person who you're going to have a disagreement with, you know, you must not allow this person to kind of direct you. You know, you must not allow this person to take over. It's not somebody who is like, it's not your partner, it's not your husband, it's not your wife, it's not your family member, but somebody who is very strong in terms of their personality, their temperament, their energy. And you know, sometimes these type of people can intimidate us really easily because they have this intimidating energy, and we get confused. And sometimes because the energy is so intimidating, we think that, you know, whatever they say, it's like the truth, or whatever they say, it goes, or whatever they say, it's spot on, but it is not. You need to be able to differentiate from this, my gorgeous Leonie, when it comes to something like this, you know, because it's very hard sometimes to dissect a certain energy when it comes to the people like this. It's not necessarily they're bad, it's not necessarily they're evil, but just the energy is so strong and it takes over, and then we respond how they want us to respond. And I repeat, it is nobody who is like directly connected to you. You don't have to worry about this whatsoever. I mean, even if that person was directly connected to you, you know, you still need to kind of follow your flow, baby. You need to follow your passion, you know, but it is somebody who has got some kind of impact on your life, who is in your life, who you are going to have a bit of a disagreement, and this particular disagreement is going to happen in such a way is because you're going to say what you're going to do and which step you're going to make, and you're going to feel so good about it, and this step that you're going to make is going to be connected to all this, you see, and you're going to say that to that particular person because you will trust them, and something is really going to put you off. The moment in time you open up about something, you know, like you are going to ask that person maybe for like some kind of advice, you know, and you're going to open up, and then this one is going to be like complete little bastard, like, oh no, I don't think you should do this. No, baby, no, this is yours. What's happening right now is sacred, okay? All this needs to come from you. This needs to come from you. You just use this as a base, what somebody else feels about something that is so big for you. You shouldn't allow that person to take over whatsoever, and you shouldn't allow this to put you off, my gorgeous Leonie. This is very, very important. Please try to remember this, because it's going to be like a bit of a disagreement, and you are gonna think that, and it's gonna happen because you're gonna say to that person what you're gonna do, the step that you're gonna make. You're gonna open up, and then you're going to have like a slap in your face. They were like, no, 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 you shouldn't do this, blah, blah, blah. No, baby, no. In fact, I think, I'm not saying this person is evil, this person is selfish, but it's somebody who is thinking about themselves with all this. Somebody is thinking about themselves and they're projecting this on you, but they are being selfish, that person. I hope that makes sense. They're thinking about themselves, not about you. Okay, so maybe somebody's trying to use you for something or something like that, or somebody's just being very naughty and very selfish. Okay, so you need to be strong here, because the suggestion that you're gonna say, what you're gonna do is 100% spot on. Do not allow this person to put you off whatsoever. My gorgeous Leonie, please do not allow this person to put you off whatsoever, okay? You need to use this as your guide. You need to use this as your sign. You need to use this as your omen that you did say the right thing. What you're going to do is 100% spot on, but you must not allow this person to put you off whatsoever. Sorry, you must not allow this person to put you off whatsoever. In fact, not that long after that moment in time, in between the first part of this week and in between the midweek, not that long after that moment in time, you're already going to have a really, really happy surprise, lovely surprise. Lovely surprise. It's gonna come in a form of information, some kind of information. So you're gonna find out something, some kind of a news. which is gonna like bring such a powerful confirmation to you. Powerful confirmation. I'm not saying that you needed some kind of confirmation, but this is really going to be such a lovely and such a happy surprise, because it's gonna happen at a time when you really wanted it, you know, so much, so badly. So because you're gonna speak to this person and almost you're gonna think like, oh my God, that person is someone who is so smart or whatever, but you know, you're gonna think like, oh, maybe that person is right. And sometimes this can be really dangerous, because our confidence can just go like, bye darling, you need to get this bitch back. No, you need to get your confidence back. Sorry, you need to get your confidence back. You know, this is exactly what you need to do, my gorgeous Leonie, indeed. So this happy surprise that you are going to have, it's gonna really confirm to you that you are, it needs to do with a certain information, certain message, like confirmation, you know, confirmation that you are doing the right thing. So it's gonna be able, you're gonna be able to accept this, which you're gonna accept this now fully, and now you're gonna become so confident when you become aware of this. This is gonna be absolutely brilliant. So you will know that you are on the right path, you will know that you are doing on the right thing, because all this is gonna work like such a powerful indication at the time when you wanted this, when you wanted it so badly. It's coming. Okay, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, oh my goodness, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, listen, there is this challenge that you will be going through. There is this very challenging situation that you will be going through, because you are going to realize that you are going to need to sacrifice. You're going to need to make this sacrifice. You're going to need to make this specific sacrifice. And the sooner you do this sacrifice, the better it's going to be. Because you are going to be thinking about starting something, you're going to be thinking about starting something, starting some kind of a venture, but this is like really personal. You're going to be thinking about starting some kind of a venture, and this is really personal. But then again, at the same time, you're going to realize that you're not going to be able to do this unless you make a certain sacrifice. And this is the moment in time where you are going to make an important decision. You will make an important decision here. This decision that you are going to make, it's going to bring such a respect to you. You are going to gain a huge respect when it comes to this decision that you are going to make. And it's not only that, you're doing something really wise. And by the time June 2024 comes to an end, you are going to become June 2024. But by the time June 2024 comes to an end, you are going to have a huge victory and recognition when it comes to this specific venture which you are going to start. And that particular venture, it's also going to be something so personal to you, but you are gonna have this great sense of urgency in order to do this, you see. And that's why you're gonna be so grateful to God that you did actually make that sacrifice. And the sacrifice that you are going to make, my gorgeous Leonie, it's pretty much so something that does not longer work for you whatsoever, and something that hasn't been working for you for a while whatsoever. But it's also to do with your work and things like that, you know. Something kind of needs to stop, something needs to come to an end, or something came to an end for a while now, but it's only on you to realize exactly what this is. The moment in time that happens, a new phase of your life it's about to begin, where you're gonna start seeing everything in a completely different light. But especially those things that have been worrying you at the time when you were meant to make really important decisions, you see. This is why this is going to be so important, and you are going to realize how everything is connected, my gorgeous Leonie. You know how everything is connected. So this is why I can also say that this week you're gonna be like so intuitive, my gorgeous Leonie. And you will see that also around the midweek, you will become aware of a very strange information, very strange news, and it's to do with the outside. You know, you need to be very smart here. You need to be very clever. Because this news that you are going to get from the outside, you know, it's to do with the outside world. When I say on the outside, it's to do with the outside world. And I've seen this before. Lots of crazy things are going on. Whether you're awakened to certain things or not, it's entirely up to your own awakening. How much you understand what's going on the outside, it's entirely up to you, your spirit, and up to your own awakening, at which level you are. Certain people are never going to realize what's going on and what's happening on the outside. And to some people, it's absolutely obvious. If you're wondering what am I talking about, then maybe you don't. And if you know what am I talking about, then you know, that's it. You're at a very high level of your spiritual consciousness. And this is your spiritual awakening, knowing exactly what is going on and what is happening around you. And it's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, you know? And maybe certain people don't even want to admit. But anyway, it's to do with an information you were going to become aware of, like a news on the outside world, and the crazy things that have been happening for the last few years. And this news that you're going to find out, everything is going to start making sense. A big question is going to be answered. And you are, yet again, going to have this great sense of mind-blowing urgency to hurry up and speed up with certain things in your life. Because if you don't, it may be too late later on. And I don't want to be kind of dark lallish or whatsoever, but it's time to wake up and smell the coffee. And at the same time, it's time to be really, really quick and fast, super fast, so you can escape certain things, you know, that would not be good for you whatsoever. And if you would become part of these things, it would be so difficult for you to do what you want to do, because you would become a part of something completely different on a whole. This is why this is so important. The moment in time you become aware of this crazy news and message on the outside, you will have this great sense of urgency that you need to hurry up with something. Guess what? You're absolutely right. You will realize that the things are becoming rather intense. Why am I talking about this in your reading for so long? Because it's affecting you. It will affect you. It will affect every single one of us. So when you start with plans like this, you really need to kind of hurry up. This is not a bad thing whatsoever, but it's only going to help you to achieve what you want to achieve and stay on top of things, okay? Very important, my gorgeous Leonie, indeed, okay? Very, very important indeed. And you're also going to realize at around the midweek that somebody who is much older in your life, an older person, if you have got an older person in your life, somebody like an older person in your life, a little bit sensitive, need to relax a little bit, need to chill out a little bit. Somebody who is a little bit older, much older, I really love this person to bits. And that person is much older person, I love this person. And that person is taking a leadership role. And that person has been taking a leadership role when it comes to certain problems and issues in your life, in all of your lives, you know, maybe to do with the family. But I love this person so much. But this person really need to relax a little bit. That person is reaching this stage and this age in their life where they should be relaxing and chilling out, you know, and having a great time. But their minds seem to be working 24/7. This is all what this person has done, bless their heart. Somebody probably who has like a family, big family, and somebody who was always taking care of their family and people around. And that person is still like really like doing things 24/7. And it's a wonderful person. But you just need to make sure now that you need to do everything you possibly can in order for that person to relax a little bit. You know who am I talking about? Yeah, that person needs to relax a little bit. That person has done so much, has been working all their life. But now that person has been taking lots of problems on because this is all what this beautiful person has done all their life. But now it's time for that person to really try to just focus on taking care of themselves instead of so many other people as well. So I'm talking about somebody gorgeous, somebody emotional, somebody full of love, somebody who's all doing things through the goodness of their own heart. It's probably maybe an older family member, you know, and this is somebody that they should relax a little bit, you know. They should relax a little bit. They're worrying about certain things they have been worrying on throughout their life, and they're still taking certain things on that they shouldn't. So I just want you to understand that if you can do anything in your power to kind of try to help this person out, you know, try to make them to stop kind of giving so much of themselves. Now it's time for them to like relax, and everybody else should be just giving a lot to that person. Okay, so this is important so much, because there is another person like that, like in your family or within a group of people that is connected to that person, that gorgeous person is worrying about, somebody who's not maybe in their mind they're not okay, and that person knows this, and this is what is making this person to worry even more. So, you know, just to make it more like, oh God, you know, but try to kind of understand who this is and try to help out this person as much as you can, okay, because now it's time. And also, my gorgeous Leonie, by the time you get to the last part of this week, you are going to have a really big accomplishment, and I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. It is just something that you have been working on and something you have been focusing on for the last about 16 months. And there is going to be really beautiful news which you're going to have. And this is really going to surprise you. This is really going to surprise you. This level of success and accomplishment you are going to have. At this moment in time, you're going to realize, oh my God, financially, I will be able to do what I want to do. At this moment in time, you are going to remember an idea you've had, but you needed finances to be absolutely superb for this, you know. And this in itself, it's going to give you confidence, but it's also it's gonna remind you what have you been so stubborn about, and what in a good way, and what means to you so much. This is really gonna give you such a slap into your face in a good way, and it's gonna remind you of things that that means to you so much. This is on another note very important, because on another hand, it's not only about this accomplishment, it's not only about this surprise, it's not only about this success, but it's also quite few different possibilities you are going to become aware of. Now you have to be completely honest with yourself, my gorgeous Leonie. What exactly do you want to do with your life? Because the world is your oyster, literally. You have to be completely honest what you want and what you need. Just remember, after this moment in time, the whole world is your oyster, literally. By you deciding what you want exactly right now, you need to do something about it immediately, at least something, as in a form of the next step, because that way you are going to set the boundaries, and you are going to become even more confident about your success, because there is something additional you are going to find out, which is going to be like a God's gift at this moment in time, something you forgot about, some kind of unfinished business. Oh my God, it's going to really start kind of becoming obvious right now how important it is for you to finish this. Like, oh my God. Okay, my gorgeous Leonie, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.